I remember you to subscribe and share this YouTube video to go viral. Leave your comment to the comment section. Share this video to go viral for the next video.
Chairman Wontumi in big trouble again. Wow. Now, who is Chairman Wontumi? Chairman Wontumi is a political figure in Ghana. In fact, from his own mouth, he said he has worked very hard for his party. There was a time he was a security man. And then whilst working for the party, they realized that he could do more. And he rose up on the ladder like a column of mercury in the mercury thermometer on heat. And today, he's the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP. He is vying for the position of the National Chairman of the NPP, the party in opposition. The party that was in power for 8 solid years. This is Chairman Wontumi. Now, Chairman Wontumi is in court over some money that he was said to have misappropriated in one way or the other. Better still, from the Exim Bank. And anytime soon, he would be answering as the summons is already out in the media. My brother, my sister, this is Chairman Wontumi. Chairman Wontumi is an interesting character. He doesn't hide it when he says he doesn't have too much education. But formal education is not everything, and I agree with him. This is Chairman Wontumi. Chairman Wontumi is already in court over Galamsey. There was a time he became so powerful in the days of the NPP that nobody could touch him. Even members of his party were scared of him. There was a time the good old Professor Boateng, said that this man was engaged in serious galamsey in the country. And that he was one of those destroying the country with galamsey. But Nana Addo came out and said it was not true. And that Wontumi was not engaged in galamsey. After Nana Addo is gone, now he's in court. And people that he employed in his days of glory and political elevation are with him in court, witnessing for the prosecution. Can I make it clearer? Nana Addo came out publicly and told the whole Ghana, after Professor Frimpong Boateng came out with his report, they had a committee against illegal mining and all that. And after all the research and investigations, it came out that Chairman Wontumi was the king of galamsey in Ghana. And he wrote that, gave it to the president and the presidency. They sat on it, shelved it, iced it until it became an iceberg in the Atlantic Ocean, ready to be hit by the Titanic. And that Titanic came when Mahama came into power. My brother, my sister. Now the good old Professor Boateng decided to leak the content of the committee report to the media. And when the media saw it, everybody was shocked. And the president was embarrassed. He had to respond. He came out and said, it's not true that Wontumi is engaged in galamsey, because we're told he was one of the financiers of the party, the NPP. This guy could come on TV and flaunt gold. At the time, he said he was even going to buy Chelsea when his party was busily giving unprofessional haircuts to our old men and women, gallant as such in their retirement. What effrontery. My brother, my sister, watch this. No, the president came out and said that Wontumi was not engaged in any form of galamsey, period. And he closed the chapter. Because of that, Professor Frimpong Boateng fell out with the party under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He pinpointed people like Gabi Asare-Okyere in his report that these people were all part of the galamsey clique, supporting and defending galamseyers. Gabi has denied it over and over. He's even gone to court, and the good old professor has been hauled before court. My brother, my sister, Chairman Wontumi is still in court. And many connoisseurs of the game have said that he is bound for the jailhouse because the evidence is overwhelming. His own workers in the days of galamsey have now turned against him, and they are testifying against him and showing every centimeter of the journey into the Nimri forest to destroy the place and even more. I took a personal decision to be a prosecution witness because I knew there was a lot of records and evidence against the accused persons in this case. Wontumi was also trying to preserve himself to my detriment. And this is Edward Ekwoku, who I spoke with a few days back. And he told me, Black Rasta, I know too much. And I'm telling the court everything. This guy here is a dangerous human being. That's what he told me. Wontumi's Chinese partners owned all the mining plants and equipment we used at Akunta Mining. He knew them and processed bail for them when they were arrested. The Chinese people who came to do the galamsey with him, when the authorities went and arrested them, he used political power to go to the authorities and free them on bail. That was what this guy was doing, according to Edward Ekwoku. My brother, but today we are not talking about Chairman Wontumi and the galamsey. We are talking about Exim Bank. Jesus. We've carried this story before. We broke the news several weeks back. It is now that Ghanaians are privy to the news. We are several moments ahead of the news. Now, Wontumi decided to go to Exim Bank. Exim Bank had a certain program, and that program was supposed to absorb people from the galamsey fields so that they would do alternative jobs. Can I explain this again, Black Rasta? The government realized that there was so much galamsey. Nana Addo told us he would put his presidency on the line to fight galamsey. We all applauded. My brother, my sister, they said he almost lost in his second bid to renew his office. Because of that, when he went in there, he became limp against galamsey. That was how come he continued to say Wontumi was not doing galamsey. And listen to this ridiculous thing. Now, the Exim Bank had a program, and this program was to encourage people doing galamsey to stop galamsey so that they will do other things like farming. And Wontumi went to the bank, got money for that project, millions of Ghana cedis. My brother, my sister, that he was going to use it for the alternative whatever for the boys. My brother, according to prosecutors, look at what he did. he was supposed to buy equipment in his name and the name of Exim Bank. So the equipment would be used for the farming that he said he wanted to do. Listen. He took all the money. Exim Bank started asking him for the list of the people that were part of that program against Galamsey. He was unable to do that. He struggled and struggled. And when prosecutors recently decided to investigate him because his party is out of power, his cover, political cover, is blown. Take us to where the farm is. You know what happened to Wontumi? He struggled. He didn't even know where the farm was. Yet he said he had visited the farm several times. Maybe it's possible. My brother, my sister, the equipment he bought, according to prosecutors, he forged pro forma bills and brought to the bank as receipts to show Exim Bank that he had actually bought the equipment and the equipment were on the high seas coming. Prosecutors asked him, after how many years are the equipment still on the high seas coming? Or maybe they sank with the Titanic. He said, oh, they came. My brother, my sister. And when prosecutors looked, they saw bulldozers as part of it. Meanwhile, where he said he had the farm, they were wondering what he was going to do with a bulldozer there. And the answer is clear. The bulldozer was meant for another purpose, Galamsey. So they obviously took a Galamseyer and told him that he should rescue the land by bringing his Galamseyers together to do agriculture. And he took that money and pumped it back into the Galamsey by buying bulldozers and other things to do more Galamsey and forget about the useless farming which will take a year before you reap. Are you following? My brother, according to prosecutors, he struggled to even locate the farm. And when they asked him for some of the equipment he said he bought, there was an old tractor sitting on the farm. And that tractor, according to forensics, the last time that tractor worked was 32 years ago. Can I tell you more? Oh, me jiskano. Me di koto tractor. And I me to equipment say equipment no way. When they looked at the list, bulldozer. Ah, sir, farming. Where you are going to do the farming? You didn't really need bulldozers. There weren't trees like that for you to bulldoze. Did you really need bulldozers there? Are you sure? Where are the tractors you said you bought? Oh, one of them is on the farm. They went and checked. And according to forensics, the last time that tractor was on the road was probably 32 years back, when Wontumi himself was a teenager. My brother, my sister, so much money he allegedly took for himself. And now the Attorney General has come together with Iyoko, and the summons is out. Wontumi is going to court. Apart from the Galamsey thing, which is already ended, which connoisseurs say that the results would be so glaring, is one-sided. Wontumi is also going to court within next week also to defend the money he took from Exim Bank. He's never been able to account for this money and has never been able to pay. After Wontumi, you know who next is going there? Akpalu. He also went to Exim Bank. He and his girlfriend forged whatever according to prosecutors and milked the people of Ghana. He is next. He was in bed allegedly with the NPP using that political joke of a party there that had only 2 members, he and his wife, to milk the nation according to prosecutors. To God be the glory. We will keep an eye on that. Wontumi is busily trying to campaign for national chairman of his party, whilst he has 2 big legal issues hanging around his head. If he's guilty, may he suffer for the evil. If he's not, may he walk. It's the black pot, aka Kokosholemo, where we speak truth to power.
Please, I remembered you to subscribe and share this YouTube video to go viral for more videos.